So as we were saying off air real quick, to go on holiday, you have to be crazy because you're just going to come back to normal life. That's what that's what we're saying, isn't it? Really,
that's it. You look forward to it, and then afterwards, flipping heck, I'm coming back.
Yeah.
And you're like, and then you just kind of think, why have I not retired already? I need to retire.
Mm-hmm. And then you realize that obviously we have to, actually bring that money in. Yeah, bring that money in. We got jobs and shit. So, but no, I'm glad, bro. Obviously, it's been. Look, I just want to say, I'm glad we're back. We've had a summer break. Obviously, I think it's well deserved from both of our parts.
Because we're professionals, we need to switch off too.
Absolutely. Not just to be fair, not just in the podcast sense, but like even just normal life sense. You work throughout the year. You need that couple of weeks. But I'm glad that we're back, and obviously this is our first episode. That, for the brand new season, 23-24 season. We have obviously there's been 4 matches that have already happened. Plus, I think 4 matches plus an EFL Cup as well for Chelsea, if I'm not mistaken.
That is correct. Yeah.
Look, we're gonna get into all of that. You made it through. That was good. I'm not going to lie, right? I was kind of really
through to the second or the third round
because I just thought like if you lose like 5 matches or something like that or 4 matches, I just don't think I'm going to get Rick back on the podcast. But I'm glad that you won. You're back.
I'd have to.
You definitely have some things to say.
I'd have to be admitted to some institution or something if that happened. 5 on the bounce. I'll be on antidepressants or something. That's what I mean. Have to happen.
I mean, the worst thing that would have happened.
That way, but we'll get into it. But how are you? How have you been? You've been good.
I've been good, man. I've been good. The worst thing that would have happened really is just, seeing that Rick has left the group chat. That would have been the worst thing, really. Do you know what I mean? Yes. Obviously, it's been a while. Our internet has got cobwebs, and we have to dust it off the cables and make it work again. But here we are. We're finally back on. Rick, to answer your previous question, I am doing well. Great summer, all that kind of stuff. We've got
the good stuff, yeah.
All the good stuff that's happened. Obviously, like I said before, we've had some footy already happened. But yeah, it doesn't matter because we're here with a brand new podcast, and we were thinking about even a name change. Do you want to tell people about some name changes?
Love the idea of the name change.
Do you want to tell me about that?
So as well? Yeah, I think so. We should do. No, it's all right, bro. I'm gonna let you because you came up with such a great name as well. Do you know what? And I want you to get all the credit for this. I think obviously we were kind of going back and forth with a few ideas. What are we gonna do? And my man Larry hits it out of the park.
Hey, this guy is so humble right now. This guy is so humble right now. I'm going to call him Kendrick. I'm telling you.
And welcome to with Larry and Ken.
Welcome to Sidelined. I think that's a working title. We're gonna work with that. People out there, if you're listening, let us know what you think. Sidelined. Any sportscast just sounded a bit too professional, and we're not those guys, are we? We're not the professional guys who go to games with the headphones in, the mics that you hold right up to your lip. Do you know what I mean? That your Tash has to get involved in. We're not those guys.
We're not those guys. We're not the Tash mic guys.
We're not the Tash mic guys. I'm sorry. That is a cool name for a podcast. Tash mic guys. That's a cool name.
Looks like we might be changing it. Anyway, keep an eye on Twitter because we might do a poll.
We've got a few names up in the air right now, juggling. We don't know which choose.
This is what we do. Everything is free flowing. We're freestyling it here.
Look, before we get into any football, my friend. Football, yeah. Hey, please.
I wasn't having a moment there. It was just a flipping mosquito and a flipping hit. Yeah,
I've already slapped one out the air tonight.
Bro, they look like they're on steroids tonight.
Yeah, you seen them guys, right? They walk in, they ask you for rent, bruv. They're demanding the rent being paid. What the hell is going on with these flies?
Close this window so that I don't get any more because I'm the one paying.
These bastards are turning into seagulls. You know what I mean? They're turning into seagulls out here. What the hell's going on?
Rick, let us know what you think of the name change. Obviously,
all of it.
That's what we like to do here. We like to freestyle, come out with some great ideas, but we'll probably do a poll: Tash Mic Guys or Sidelined. We'll go from there.
That was just that came straight from the heart. The Tash Mic Guys, that came straight from the heart. So I don't know if people want to feeling hearty about it. Anyways, look, Rick, I just wanted to say before we get into football talk or sports talk in general, because we've got a few things to cover, right?
Yes.
I've been watching, right? I don't know if you're a fan of like Indonesian karate movies. I don't know if you've ever seen The Raid or The Raid 2.
I think I have seen The Raid. I think who introduced me to The Raid? Yeah. Where he just continues through each floor. Effectively, he's faced with a new challenge.
Yeah.
I think that mutual friend of ours.
Yes,
he's the one who introduced me to it a while ago, and I was like, because it's continuous action. I think the only time there is no action is effectively when he's moving between floors. As he transitions to the next floor, little chats there. The rest of it then is back to full on karate. But I thought I liked it. I don't think I've seen all of them. I don't think I've seen 1, 2, or 3. But just to be clear, I've only watched one, and I don't know which one I watched.
I think you probably may have watched number 1. If you think in the building, then it's definitely number 1. But there's 2 Raid movies, right? The second one was pretty decent, but again, you kind of know what you're expecting when you watch the first Raid.
Because of the first one, yeah.
But I must say, right, I've been on a binge, like on a massive binge, Indonesian karate movies, right? And don't get me wrong, it's the same cast of actors that play in the Raid in these movies. Yeah. It's like move around. It's like a small budget sort of group. But I swear to you, right, they make some of the best action films that I've seen in a long time. Like the choreography of these guys just fighting each other, and like some of the moves they come up with, and you think, holy crap. Remember Jackie Chan back in the day, and you used to be amazed when he used to jump from buildings and do everything himself and all the
doing their own stunts,
Like obviously Jackie was doing it just him by himself, showing off his prowess. But when there's like 3-4 people trying to be choreographed into fighting, it is. I've been addicted. Genuinely, I've got like another 2 movies on the list to watch. But I just wanted to see if you shared that love of Indonesian karate movies.
And not specifically to Indonesian karate movies, but I do. Obviously, as a child, I did enjoy a lot of karate movies. But there was one karate film that I've still not been able, as an adult, to kind of find out what it was. When I was a kid, there was like 3 kids who came from this village in China where their dad or granddad taught them karate, and then somehow they make their way to the capital city.
It's called 3 Ninjas.
Is it called 3 Ninjas?
Why don't you just?
Bro, I don't know, bro. I don't know.
I've got all 3 movies. I've got all 3 movies. What are you talking about, bro? Like,
there's 3 movies of it.
Yeah, there's 3 ninjas. There's 3 ninjas knuckle up, and then there's another 3 ninjas. I can't remember what the last one was. Or was it 2? There was definitely 2. But I can't remember if it was 3rd. Bro, why don't you just ask?
No, this isn't it.
With the kids.
But it's not. They're not Caucasian kids. They're not white kids. I think they're Chinese kids.
Are you sure? Because the granddad is Japanese.
I'm looking at it now. This isn't it.
Wait, have you searched 3 ninjas? Just 3 ninjas?
I just searched 3 ninjas, and obviously come up with all the movies. What's this? High Noon at Mega Mountain.
That's it.
3 Ninjas Kickback. No, this isn't it. It's similar. Like, I assume it's a similar storyline.
No. I can't believe that. Is that find out and see if it's been remade.
I think we've had a chat about this before. This is it here. What's this called? Kung Fu Kids. This is a movie. This is the one that I've seen a long time ago. Yeah, so as you can see on camera. While I'm saying this, listeners, as you are driving away, obviously, please don't look at your radio.
Yeah, definitely don't search on your phone.
Your speakers.
So it looks like...
So this is the one...
Just has been adapted. What year was that?
86.
Oh yes, so it looks like the Americans have adapted.
The Americans have adapted another film. Yes,
shock.
Yes.
As if they do that. Do Americans do that? That's crazy. I never knew them to do that shit.
The Americans get on Twitter. Do you do that?
They're ruin movies. What? Sorry, Yanks. I mean Americans. Whatever it is. I say Yanks, right? Because I've had like a bad running with Americans recently. Do you know what I mean? Like, they get too sensitive about things, and it's like get too political when you don't need to get political.
Yeah.
I'm on YouTube talking about music. Don't get political. Don't talk to me about Donald Trump and his laws.
No one cares.
Exactly. No one gives a shit. That's a great segue into stuff that we do care, by the way. Stuff that we actually care about. I was going to say wear a hat on our sleeves, but tonight none of us are wearing sleeves. So
we are not wearing sleeves. This is a new uniform. In the heat, we are sleeveless.
Both black. They're both black as well. The uniforms I'm talking about. So look, obviously we've had 4 weeks worth of action. Like I said, we missed the sort of transfer deadline, but we kind of knew what was going on in the transfer deadline. Nothing massively surprising happened, apart from obviously, even Chelsea buying 7 new players, was it?
Oh, crazy! I want to touch on that tonight because obviously, when you listen to the previous episode and when we talked about what do you want to see moving forward, I did not want to see this many additions. I'll be honest with you, because we discussed what was so wrong with Chelsea last year was. The squad size. There's too many players. Yeah. Even we discussed Thiago Silva coming out and saying we had to extend the changing rooms to fit everyone in. And then what have we done? We've just done the same thing again this year. Yes, we did really well, get players out the door, reduce the wage bill, like Deadwood.
Don't bring more players in.
And the players that he's brought in as well are Deadwood. Like, let's be honest about it. Like, okay, potential again, but come on, we need quality at the minute. Our squad, if you take Thiago Silva out, we've got maybe Sanchez as well. I think he's young, but effectively we're like an under 23 squad playing in the Premier League with elite against elite players who've got great experience in the Prem. And yeah, man, we're just boys against men at the minute. Really boys against men.
Can I ask, Rick? I mean, obviously, I'm guessing you did watch 4 of them, like the matches that have been.
I watched majority. Yes. I watched the Liverpool games. That was quite impressive. Obviously, we were controlling the game. We were doing all right. From when the second goal got disallowed, because, and rightly so, he was offside once you get the lines out. And then after that, I thought we were the better team. Up to that point, we were just giving them too much respect. We were kind of, oh, this is Liverpool. Let's be cautious. But yeah, I watched it. But one thing I don't understand is, why have we changed the formation? Like, who is he trying to? Is he trying to fit everyone in? I don't understand it.
See, this is what I was going to ask. I mean, from what you've seen so far, it kind of feels like not much has changed in a way. Like, it feels like we're talking about the same situation as we left it last season, you know. And I don't know. I mean, for a fan, look, like you said, he did well. He got rid of the players that didn't want to be there or that had no use anymore, right? Which is fair enough. He did great. Use the players that you already have. That doesn't mean you go bring in, other players. Like you said, potential again, but we're just repeating ourselves from last season. All of a sudden, it's 2022, 2023 season again, and I don't want to be there.
I know.
I don't want to be there.
That's where currently we're at the minute. And look at the league table doesn't lie. At the end of the day, it's like they say in F1, the stopwatch doesn't lie, the table doesn't lie. Look at where we are. We're 11th. Okay, the injury to Reece James, but that one player, bro. Like, you had this transfer window, sort that out.
Yeah.
I think if they don't take care of him here, he will leave in the next year or two, because they'll have to let him go. They can't pay him that amount of money for him to be injured all the time. You know, it's like a Jack Wilshere. Okay, he's fantastic. He was the next big thing. He was amazing, and all the memes about it.
Overrated.
Same with Reece James. But no, I mean, for you guys, like, he was effectively one of the best players for. Oh, right.
No, I didn't. Sorry, I didn't. I'm sorry. I'd never rated Jack Wilshere as highly as everyone else did. I never did.
Oh, right.
I just feel like he never proved anything to me for me to be like, yeah, like Saka. Okay, yeah, he's good, but he hasn't proven anything to me for him to compare him to Henry, for example.
No, fair point. I understand that, yeah.
Well,
but
again,
that's what I mean. Like, once they're injured, yes, and at the end of the day, it's a business. If it's a similar thing, if you're always off sick at your work, eventually they're going to be like, let's have a meeting because we can't continue. Yeah. But I'm hoping he sorts it out. I'm hoping they've sorted this out. They don't rush it. We need a medical team. We should have invested in a medical team as well, not just simply bring it in. And I'll be honest with you, one thing, guys, I'm very, very disappointed. Maybe there's personal issues going on with Mudryk. I want to touch on this guy here, but yeah, like, I just don't. He looks like a different player. He looks like as if he doesn't know what he's doing. He seems to be. Is he going to run out wide? Is he going to track with the right back? Is he going to cut into the middle? He just seems clueless. He seems like there is no tactical awareness of where he should be, what he should be doing. It's just like, oh, you're on the pitch now. And every time he comes on, I always feel like, oh, we're effectively down a player here because we're not doing anything.
I just watched him. I don't know if you watched the England-Ukraine game. I
caught a little bit of it. Yeah, I think I watched Zinchenko's tapping, which was coming to Mudryk, and I was thinking to myself, I'll just let him score. He might gain some confidence here, will you?
Zinny needs that goal, man. Zinny needs to go. I think he did this. I think he did this to Arteta to be like, love you, mate, for giving me a lease of life. I'm just kidding. I don't know what he's talking about. But it doesn't matter. But no, obviously, like you said, it just feels like, going back to Reece James, obviously he's made captain, and then literally a day later or 2 days later, my guy gets injured, right? So I mean, for next time, okay, he comes back from injury. Let's say he stays fit. Is that enough to make him a captain again? Because don't forget, look, it doesn't. Obviously, I don't know how long he's going to be out, but when he comes back, it kind of feels like he needs to start from the beginning again. You know, when he came back from injury last time, he didn't hit the ground running straight away. Yeah, of course, yeah. That's what I mean. So I don't know.
No, I think he's
another injury.
I remember I did want to, personally, I wanted him to be Chelsea captain because there's nobody else there who's effectively Chelsea from a young age or supports Chelsea. He's as reports are suggesting, he's a Chelsea fan. But you know what I mean? You want somebody, obviously, first of all, you want somebody who can speak the language. Enzo Fernandez can't do it. Thiago's still getting there. And so many new French players that have come into this Chelsea team now. You know what I mean? You want somebody who can speak the language, who can communicate. Because you know what they say about the captain? He's effectively a mini manager on the pitch. He's going to relay the message. He is that guy that's going to relay that message and ensure that everybody's following the instructions. But I hear what you're saying. If he's always injured, then who are you going to get? You need some stability. And there. Chilwell does a decent job. Conor Gallagher could be another one.
But even with Chilwell, sorry, he's not finishing games. The 2-3 games that I watched from Chelsea, he's not finishing the full 90. And I'm thinking, okay, I understand that you want to try to save him for something, whatever it is.
But for what?
I
We play in a week's time.
Yeah, like, again, you play in a week's time, and he's been playing well. There's no complaints. If he gets injured, or he feels like there's a nickel, fair enough. That's a different story. But to take a player off and a stable player of your team, to take him off from that back line, I don't know. It's Pochettino. It's probably not fair to judge him right now.
Yeah, it's too early. Yeah.
I'm just thinking, like, come on.
But we asked the question because in pre-season we won every game. Fair enough, we played against some B teams and so on and so forth, but we won majority. Well, I think we won every game and we drew one. We won the Spurs' Audi Cup or whatever it was called, the financial thing, because we had a chat on group chat about this. Something like that. I don't know what the hell it was called. Some whatever American name they did, probably World Series,
Liberty Freedom Cup. That's American. Liberty Freedom Cup. That's American.
Liberty Freedom Cup and World Champion. Something. Do you remember that? But we'll get into that World Champion stuff. But no, for me it was like 4-3-3. Fantastic. We did really well. But I don't know whether Pochettino, since Nkunku got injured, he's like, oh no, wait, maybe we can't play that formation anymore, or 4-2-3-1, etc. So now he's gone with 5 at the back.
That got injured.
No, Chukwuemeka got injured, but Nkunku came back from.
He came back. Yeah.
He came. He joined us because we had him for a while. He was very good. He was, again, I'm going to use this word for some of our listeners who joke. He was good, man. He was confident on the ball. He wasn't afraid to play. He wasn't afraid to be in tight spaces, receive the ball. And that's what you want from elite players.
Yeah.
And then he got injured. You're like,
I was looking forward to seeing him in the Premier League. I'll be honest with you, right? He's one of the players I was definitely looking forward to, because I thought, right, a lot of hype. Let's see if you can translate that. If you translate it,
if you can do that, yeah, fantastic.
It feels like the bad luck is just following Chelsea, from last season to now. And look, I don't want to just say
is it following Chelsea, or are we just making it ourselves?
Yeah, I was just about to say, like, bad luck can only get you so far. Everything else has to be manufactured by someone, and in this case, it has been manufactured by Todd Bowley. And again, he's still not grasping the fact that just because you're going to bring in more young players every season or every transfer window, that's not going to translate to you one day thinking, oh, I've just built a franchise because my players, I bought 17 players at this at this age or at this price, whatever. It's not stable. It's honestly
not stable. It's not meaningful neither, because what he's having to do to comply with the financial fair play rules, he's having to sell academy players so he can get 100% profit. And really madness. What you want is some of that DNA. You want some of these players coming through from a young age. Remember, like a Mason Mount, James, and so on, who have been there since they were 8 or 9, playing for the first team now. You know what I mean? These are the players ideally you want to look after, because they're going to look after your club. They not support the club. You know what I mean? They've been there for so long. They know what it means to be Chelsea. They've been through the good days. They've been through... We haven't had many bad days since Roman Abramovich took over, but you know what I mean. They kind of been there throughout the whole journey, and eventually, what will happen? He's going to get rid. Like, there was talk about Chalobah going because we need the money, Conor Gallagher going because we need the money, and it's not that we need the money because we're a poor club. We need the money so that we can balance the books. Otherwise, because Todd Bowley's done what he's done and spread the cost over 8 years, financial fair play and all these other organizations. Put my teeth back in. Like, hold on a minute, that's a kick in the ass, that, because all of a sudden he's just found a loophole that we didn't think it was there. That was not doable. And because he got so much media traction, they're like, now let's shut that down. That can't happen anymore. And then you have to comply with the rules. And how are you going to do that? You have to sell. Nobody's going to buy Mudryk for 80 million. Like, if you sell Mudryk now, who's buying Mudryk for 80 million?
Absolutely.
Enzo, maybe you can push at 95, but even he's not proved it enough, for 120 or however much we got him. I think 105, 100 and something.
No, you're absolutely right. And again, it was fun while it lasted. He exploited as much as he could from this sort of loophole.
He's not stopped though, bro, does he? He feels like he's still doing it. Like, I know you said he exploited, but he's like, he hasn't stopped. Like, dude, you've enjoyed it. Stop.
That's the thing. I think it's gonna reach a point where someone else will step in and stop it, because it's not even about fairness of other clubs or anything like that. It's a case of they're kind of ruining the agenda of football. That they're making football about this sort of business that's not meant to be a business. You know, it's first and foremost it's a sport, and then you think about a business. Todd Bowley's come in, iron fist. No, I want to sell players, get rid of actual players who care about the club, and I want to bring in players who no one's ever heard of. You know what I mean? Like there's Chukwuemeka, there's the Ugochukwu and stuff like that. Like again, don't get me wrong, Chukwuemeka, I was very impressed.
I was very impressed with him. I'm really disappointed.
Very injury
he was
prone.
Fantastic. Yeah,
very injury prone because he's a light player.
Last year he had no injuries whatsoever. I don't know whether maybe the run of games, I don't know what it was, maybe a bad turn, but the goal he scored against Newcastle showed confidence, you know, to take on an experienced defender like, defensive midfielder, like I think it was like Soyuncu, the big boy for West Ham.
Soyuncu plays for Leicester, doesn't he?
Oh, wrong one.
You mean for West Ham, is Soufal?
Yeah, what was it?
Soufal or Souček?
Souček, I think. Not Souček, not the right back, but basically the tall guy in the middle, whatever his name is in midfield, the blonde hair.
Souček.
Yeah, I think it's him. And he kind of, gave him a drop the shoulder and then slotted the ball home, and you're like, oh, quality, like, well done. And then he just gets injured. You're like, oh, mate, this is... But sometimes it's bad luck, you know. You're riding on cloud nine, you're super happy, he's getting his time in terms of starting games, which he did, to be fair. Him and Conor Gallagher and Enzo started every game.
Oh, absolutely.
At the beginning of the season until he got injured, and then... It just feels like, again, with so many players, personally, right, let me be 100% honest. Madueke, I don't know why he's at. Like, I know in the League Cup, he won us the flipping penalty and he put it away and so on. But, that was against, like... Come on, bro. It's against Wimbledon. Like, no disrespect to Wimbledon. Like, I expect you to do that against Wimbledon. Do you know what I mean? It's like when England play Malta and they're all raving about Trent Alexander-Arnold playing in midfield, and he was like, quality. Like, yeah, bro, you're an elite professional footballer. You expect to do that against a Malta, against a Wimbledon, against so on. You can change positions. Or San Marino, I think it was, not Malta, something like that. Again, no disrespect to these teams, but when you compare it to the elite and top of the top, this is creme de la creme.
Yeah,
there shouldn't be a comparison. But for me, these guys, my biggest problem at the minute is Todd. I don't know how many of these players are Pochettino's. I know they're trying to push out and control the media narrative. He works really well with young players. He does this with young players. He does this. And okay, it's yet to be seen. But again, come Christmas, if we're 11th, we're going to be 8th, the very best come May next year. And that is the disappointing part.
If you're 11th by Christmas, then I think he needs to just put the club up for sale and just say, Roman, come and buy it back off me.
He won't, though, will he? He won't.
No, obviously he won't, because of course he's not going to.
His ego's got in the way. His ego's got in the way, and now he's trying to find different loopholes for us to get. Like, we're still without a shirt sponsor. We're not meeting financial fair play, and we don't have a shirt sponsor. Yeah. And he's trying to find loopholes, trying to get companies. Like, I think it was Infinite Athlete, and they were like going to pay something like the biggest shirt sponsor or one of the biggest in the Premier. You're like, the Premier League did their I can't even speak, bro. They did their checks.
I've seen some Indonesian jiu-jitsu as well.
Yes,
I'll be honest with you.
Yes, did you see that as well?
I saw that as well.
Did you see the Premier League jiu-jitsu?
Oh, absolutely.
Especially on the checks.
2-footed
standard. But clearly tonight I can't say that word. I will prove it on the next podcast. I'm able to say anyway. This is hilarious, bro. Like, what is going on? But
yes, that word.
Professional. That
DD.
word.
DD.
Yeah, try to do that DD.
Yeah.
And it was like, brothers, they don't have the equity. They don't have the cash flow. They don't have that much money to give Chelsea per year. And again, while they were like, it was Todd Bowley's different company that he's involved with who won that company. So he's just trying to filter his own money through these companies to get it. And they're like, no, bro, it doesn't work like that. This is not.
It may work like that in America. That's why they're fucked up over there. Do you know what I mean? Like, in terms of businesses, I mean, obviously not people.
Bro, but if they allow that to happen to Chelsea, Newcastle will be the richest club in the world because they'll just get sponsored by, is it Amco,
Amco, isn't it?
Amco, yeah, the one that sponsors the F1 team as well.
The F1,
the Aston Martin team. You're like, okay, because it's the same, what's his name? It's the same president, the same CEO. The main guy who owns Newcastle is the same CEO for those. If that's the case, you allow them to do it. Oh, yeah, here we go, sponsored Newcastle. 1 billion a year shirt sales or shirt sponsored. Like, okay, who do you want? Everyone.
Yeah,
so for
everyone.
me, he just needs to literally sit down and be like, last year was gone. Where did we go wrong? And this is the problem. I think his ego doesn't do that.
He needs to be sanctioned and warned, like in the meeting with the Premier League. I don't think he gives
a fuck, though. If he does that, it's only the fans who are going to suffer.
That's fine. That's fine. But then again, you start losing fans from the stadium because they've lost faith in the owner. it happens. It happens, man. That's how change happens. Like Todd Bowley can say as much as he wants, I don't care. Oh, I've got the money. But I'm telling you right now, if it goes a season or a season and a half with like even a third of your fans going to the stadium, that's it. He's lost that business, man.
I think that'll never happen, will it? I think you boys had a couple of times where you're trying to get a standout, and same with United fans. All they'll do is they'll still turn up.
Yeah, that was more the Super League more than anything.
No, what was the one where they were like cronky out, and same with United fans booing the Glazers as well? Like, do you see that one? Half of the stadium stayed back to boo. He doesn't care if you're booing. All he cares about is that you turned up.
That's what I'm saying. But if
fans won't do that.
But that's what I mean. Yeah, if only a third of fans turned up to a Chelsea match, for example, for a season, then that's going to get some heads turning. But like you said, how are you going to put that many people together to say yes to that?
Exactly. And also, what people are afraid of, if they don't turn up, they'll lose their season ticket, and they'll be the next guy in line.
And that's
waiting to kind of go straight in and get a season ticket.
And that's the bitch of it, really, because it's the power that again they clearly have. Yeah, they always say, "Oh, it's up to the fans." It's never up to the fans.
It's never up to the fans.
We do what they tell us to do.
And the only thing with the fans is if you can get Charles Xavier and collectively everybody just says, you know what, we're not going there today, and that's when. But that's unrealistic. That's a fantasy. That's comic book talk.
Yeah, it's not going to happen, is it? Really?
Exactly.
No. But you're right. I think something as big as that needs to happen. But then again, if Todd Bowley gets sanctioned business wise by the UK government, for example, then I'm sorry, but that's something that you have to listen to. Like football, Premier League, whatever. It's like whatever. I could just at worst case I can just sell the club, whatever.
Yeah,
if the UK government get involved with the way that you
look what they did too.
It's it's not good.
Yeah, no, I hear you say. I don't think, and like hypothetically, but the UK won't get involved unless they're sanctioning him for something, which they probably won't. Just like what they did to Roman. But the only way that it's going to probably really cause an effect is. But this is the problem I don't really want to say because it hurts the fans and it'll hurt me, but is point deductions. And if you deduct points from Chelsea, then we're probably a championship-sided team because I can't see us making so many points again to stay in the league. And players like Enzo, players like whoever else, they're not, that's it. They'll speak to their agent and be like, get me a move somewhere else because I don't want to be associated with a championship team. Look at Maddison. He was like, oh yeah, Leicester won the league, won the FA Cup and so on. As soon as they went down, he's like, actually, do you know what? I want to play Champions League.
Yeah, so, that's it. No, you're absolutely right. But again, something needs to happen for the club and the fans to sort of to be one again. You know what I mean? Like again, I'm speaking as a football fan, and you don't want to see any team apart from Man United go through this. You know what I mean?
From United, I agree with you. United, so that, I was like, wholeheartedly, United as well.
Wholeheartedly, I don't care. Like screw them, do whatever you can to them. But that's something needs to be done. For this to change and go back, not go back to normal because it's never going to go back to what it was. But this 8-year contracts, whatever price, whatever fee a month, a week, whatever it is, that needs to just calm itself down because it's been hyperinflated. It's
hyper in the market. Look at the state of the market. It's just insane.
Saudi. The thing is, everyone's going to blame Saudi, but we're out here paying 100 million for Declan Rice, 100 million for what's his face for Caicedo, 100 million for Enzo Fernandez.
For flipping Lavia. He got relegated. They were a relegated team, and he was like, I'll give you 50 million. Liverpool came in with 30, trying to do it at a reasonable price. Listen, you're relegated, you need the money, I'll take him off for 30, 32, 35. He was like, no, I'll give you 50. Bro, like, relax. We know you're flexing. Like, there's no need to flex that much.
You don't need to flex over that. You weren't even in the same room. Why are you flexing, bro?
Yeah, that's literally it. Why are you flexing?
Yeah, you're not even part of this
conversation. There's no mirrors where you are.
Yeah,
just stay where you are, bro. But no, this I think what will happen, just obviously so we can wrap it up so we're not too long on Chelsea because it gets
No, it's okay. I was going to go through some of the like not the game.
All right, we'll do that. But
some of the scores just to see how you felt.
Okay, we can do that. Yeah, no problem. Ask me away. But I just want quickly before we go through to that is if we continue to be like this, there will be demonstrations outside Stamford Bridge to get Todd Bowley out. Because if he continues to spend this way, you are making the manager's job so difficult and trying to keep all those players happy. We joked about it last year. I'll repeat what I said on previous pods about Nottingham Forest doing it, but they achieved their target. Chelsea's target is not to stay in the Premier League, it's top 4 and win the Premier League. Because even top 4 is not a target, you know what I mean? It can be...
you get that Champions League money, but that's where it stops.
But that's it. But then again, you don't want to be just that team who says, I'll get Champions League odds, because then you become a Spurs. There is no trophy for 4th. But fair enough. But look, you were winning an FA Cup here and there, kept the fans happy for a little bit, do you know what I mean? You beat us on it, But and then you saw what you really want, which was last season. You're like, actually, do you know what? This is what we want. This is the level that we're at. This is the endorphins. This is the level of endorphins I want to have firing firing away on my
and
body
it's
while
popping
I'm
endorphins right now. I
popping
can
up,
see it popping
exactly.
from his shoulders. You know what I mean? His shoulders are popping with endorphins right now.
For Chelsea fans at the minute, that's not the case. And how embarrassing it for Chelsea Football Club to play so early in the Carabao Cup. No European football for Chelsea that they have to play in the Carabao Cup this early.
Yeah, I saw that,
and
I had to do a
first
double
as
take.
well. You're like, what?
I had to do a double take. I was like, why is this happening right now? But there you go.
Yeah,
I think,
why
yeah,
is
that was.
Chelsea in it?
Look, I didn't. Obviously, you played Wimbledon, so you won. You won.
We were so early on. We were playing the South fixtures. So this early, the fixtures get divided between North and South. We were playing so early that we were in the South fixtures.
Wow, that's crazy.
That's why we faced
I've never
Wimbledon.
heard that before. I'll be honest with you, I've never heard that before. Like, because again, we follow.
This is what I do here. We spit knowledge on this. We spit knowledge on the podcast that we're looking to rename.
Yeah, Sideline or two.
Sideline.
What was it? Two.
Oh, no, we should have wrote it down. We'll go back.
Someone listen, drop us in the comments. Two mustached men. I don't know, whatever.
Two Tash Mic or Tash Mic, something along those lines. But
nice. Yeah, Tash Mic lip, whatever it is. So obviously, you had your first game against Liverpool. Bit of a shitty sort of, when you first look at it on paper, you think bit of a shitty fixture to be playing as your first game. But you went through it. You played, like you said. Liverpool started off a bit strong, and I genuinely thought when I watched that match, I was like, I'm scared for Chelsea here. But then everything changed. Everything sort of changed, and it was good to see, because two things. Again, just as a football fan, two things. Liverpool looked a lot weaker than when you mention Liverpool. You think, oh, Van Dijk, Salah, and then you think, oh, wait a second, those guys are like 35, 36, or whatever it is. And then number two is obviously Chelsea doing quite well for the first game, obviously, and again from where was left last season to the first game, they did well. And at the same time, it was scary, but it was good, because all right, okay, cool. Now we're going to have some sort of like proper top six challenge. You know what I mean? At the very least. Then you add the Brightons, maybe a West Ham in there or something crazy like a Fulham, whatever. Then it becomes like a really intense fight for the top 8 or top 10. That's good. But at the same time, it's another team obviously for my team to go there and beat.
Compete against.
Do you know what I mean? To compete against. So it was, do you know what it was? It was different mixed emotions throughout that whole match, and I didn't know where to settle on. So I'm like,
well, you've got a household split as well, don't you? Because I think your mum's still a Chelsea fan, I believe. Because obviously, we go way back for some of the new listeners. We go like primary school way back. This is like decade and a half, two decades, if not actually 2 decades. Two decades. We've known each other for that long. Yeah. So yes, I know your mum's a Chelsea fan, but obviously your pops is Arsenal, and I think your wife you mentioned a while ago.
She's a Chelsea fan as well.
Yeah, she's a Chelsea fan. So
men versus women in this house. That's how we do it. Do you know what I mean? We're going back to the old school 50s.
Love that.
No backhands though. No backhands in this case.
No back. Yeah. No. And Anthony.
Everyone uses the kitchen. All right, that's what I'm saying.
2023. Love that.
And the normal pronouns as well.
On the thing to caught up with the game, like I said, I looked at that starting lineup again. I've made my feelings heard and known on group chat about Raheem Sterling. I just think he's weak. I don't know, weak in the sense that he doesn't seem to want to get hurt, but he did all right. He didn't do great. I was expecting a bit more from him. He come out, did an interview. We scored a goal, equalised. Possibly could have had a couple of more if Modric put his chance away at the very end. If you saw, what's his name? The young boy Jackson, who I've been impressed with.
Jackson has been impressive.
He's been decent, but the only problem as well, he's not getting the service. And when he does get the service, sometimes as if he's like, he needs 2 or 3 chances to kind of get a goal, because he's not as clinical as a Harry Kane, as a Haaland, and some of these elite strikers. No, he's not as sharp
right there, but he does have that speed, which can honestly, it is frightening. It is frightening.
He's also got the confidence to turn and to run at defenders, which we have seen in a couple of games. But again, still, it's just, that's all good, but it's no end product, and there's nothing for me to celebrate. I don't want to celebrate a run. I want to celebrate a goal.
No, that's true.
1-1 against Liverpool is good, and the positive is we were at home for the first game, so that's a good sign. But it's a better result for Liverpool than it is for Chelsea.
In a way, yes, but again, just you can't help but keep in the back of your mind of where you came from last season.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So in a way, it's a massive win for Chelsea. But then again, at the same time, you drew against Liverpool last season as well, didn't you?
We did, but this is the problem that I have with my team.
In a way, we're back to, like we said at the beginning of the pod, so there you go. Everything's come full circle, right? We're literally back to where we were with Chelsea. Nothing's changed in the sense. You know what I mean? You've replaced players with the same players. And that's what's happened.
Same
That's what's
average
happened.
players,
Yeah.
same average players.
Look, that remains to be seen because there's some really good talent that I really like. Like I said, that Nicholas Jackson at first, I was like, oh, what the fuck's he doing? But again, he doesn't have that sharpness, he doesn't have that confidence to do that yet. Okay, and that's up to Pochettino to do that.
It's a new league, you know what I mean? So that's it. Maybe he thinks he's got a bit more time with like he's used to in Spain. We've heard players in the past as well talk about like how the Spanish football is more technical than the English football because this is just and so on. I think it was James Rodriguez who came out and said that. But
the player, it had to be that guy, didn't it? The guy who literally had hype in 2014 World Cup and then just ended up at Everton.
That's it. That's that guy, yeah.
But yeah, I can't take anything that guy says seriously. But yeah, I agree with what you're saying. I agree.
The boy, obviously, who's been at Chelsea a long time. This is what I was saying to you, how important it is to have players who've been from the academy. Is Levi Colwill, who was on Brighton last year.
Yeah,
very
he's
impressed.
All right, very impressed.
He doesn't seem to be afraid of challenges. He's confident on the ball. He's making the right decisions, which is what you want to see. Yeah. Chukwuemeka was impressed with till his injury. The one player that I've been really, really disappointed with, and obviously and you're going to think, is it Mudryk? And it's not. It's Caicedo.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Caicedo,
I'm glad that you brought that up as well.
I've been so disappointed with him. I don't know what is going on. I don't know if he's trying to prove a point and the price tag is playing on his mind, but he's making rash decisions. And then I don't know. Did you watch the West Ham game when him and Paqueta, however you pronounce it, Paqueta, he was kind of like going back and forth. He was like, "It's all right, I've got you," touching his chest and that, and then he goes and gives a penalty. Like, bro. Yeah. Why
don't go him like that, though. Like, don't have his back like that.
No, but my point is, you're a professional athlete. Let him chat shit.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, focus on your game. Do your talking at the end when you get the W and just look at him and be like, good game, mate. Try harder next time. Whatever. Come up with something clever. Do you know what I mean? Whatever it is. But like,
3 points, whatever.
You gave the penalty away and then they scored it. Now you look like a fool.
I was going to say, I mean, look, to end up 3-1 to a 10-man West Ham and to obviously a player who actually scored the first goal for West Ham in Aguerd, right? For Chelsea to go down 3-1, I could not believe it. We were watching it with the family. We were eating Sunday, wasn't it? I think it was a Sunday match.
Yeah, Sunday match,
and we were eating downstairs in the kitchen, and we've got obviously watching on the iPad because we got it right there. And I was watching that again. I could not believe because my mum's got flash scores on the phone, right? And then she gets the notifications before the goals actually happen.
Somehow it seems to be quicker. Same. I even put you guys on mute. I'm not even going to lie. Sometimes I put the group chat on mute if I'm watching something. I'm like,
I've done that as well. I'll check
now and again because sometimes they're like, "Oh, what's a goal?" And I'm like, where? The ball's in the middle of the park. Who scored?
I know what you mean. That's why literally I turn my phone upside down when that happens, when I'm watching an Arsenal match. Any messages that come through, literally do not disturb. I don't read them until afterwards. But so we're watching it, and again, it kept popping up, goal. And I'm thinking, come on, like, she's having us on here. Like, do you know what I mean? What's going on?
What's going on?
No, it was 3-1. And I think I remember Antonio had a cracking game for West Ham. He was really good. Excellent, and he bullied defenders. I don't think was Thiago Silva playing that match. I don't think he was playing.
Thiago Silva was playing, but
was he playing that match? Because did he not miss a match? Has he not missed a match this season?
I don't think so. Bro.
I'm sure. I was sure he was off. I was sure he was off for at least one game because he was injured. I'm sure of it. But anyway, like with West Ham, they just showed you they bullied you, and that was it. Do you know what I mean? For Aguerd to get a goal, it's whatever. It won't happen again. But for them to end up 3-1 against Chelsea with the players or with the potential players that you have, I don't know, man. That was very disappointing. It really was. And again, I'm not a Chelsea fan, so I shouldn't be. But I was disappointed.
We expected more from being from the performance against the Liverpool game, and you're expecting them to be on it. You're expecting them to kind of try a little bit harder, to be more on same sort of organisation and being able to pass the ball around. But I think what it was as well is our heads went down after he missed the penalty. When he missed that penalty, because if we had gone in 2-1 at that game, we would have brought West Ham a bit more out of in front of their goal, because that's what we've been struggling with this year, is breaking teams down. Same thing happened moving forward to the latest game against Nottingham Forest, the 1-0. It was a mistake by Caicedo's heavy touch, and then all of a sudden they were quickly on the counter because we're starting to commit bodies forwards, which is great to see because we're trying to move the ball forward. Because when we get to that final third, it's sideways football. And
I was just about to say, you've got no one to actually drive in.
That's it. Like the players,
you may have a Jackson to drive in, but like you said, if no one's giving him the ball,
Jackson is driving in when he receives it at the middle of the park. Because if he's effectively edge of the D, he's looking for Jackson to turn and shoot. Chilwell, Reece James will do the running. What's his name? Gusto's doing it. He's not doing too bad on that. But again, his final delivery against Nottingham Forest, I don't know if you watched it. It was awful.
Yeah.
Awful.
No, it was.
When the ball needed to go back post, he was coming to the D. When the ball needed to be at the D, he was putting it between the keeper on the 6-yard area.
You never deserve
we
to.
look like a brand new team trying to play.
Exactly that.
Again, who do you blame for this? You blame Todd Bowley for this. There's so many players coming in that Pochettino, and I know they keep going, Pochettino will squeeze that squad down. Pochettino will cut it to 25. Pochettino. But Pochettino's hands is going to be hard when Todd Bowley says, I'll bought you this guy as well. You don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Is he saying, I'm going to do what Kroenke did with Arsene Wenger, get Fabregas for 15 million and then sell him for X amount of money when he's 16? Like, bro, like, these are like, it's Arsene Wenger first of all, and this was a very long time ago. Do you know what I mean? Let's don't compete with legends like that.
It doesn't happen very often, that type of stuff. You know what I mean? Like obviously, like with Barcelona and Messi, for example, you know they could have made so much money if that was the case back then. But you have to keep your key players, and again, they kept I'd say safely 95% of winning teams throughout history have had at least one or two stable players from the academy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Arsenal's winning 100%. Run back in the early 2000s, they had Lee Dixon's. You know what I mean. Who else did they have? David Seaman's. Obviously, he was their keeper and stuff for a long time.
Yeah.
So again, they all had players from the academy. Whether they were like a Nigel Winterburn, for example, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Martin Keown, it doesn't matter. They were from the academy. They understood where it's like, you know what? They will put their lives on the line,
and that's what you want.
And that's what they did. Do you know what I mean? That is exactly what they did.
We have these players.
So this is the thing. This is the thing with Chelsea now. It's finding the players that are going to commit their whole time and their whole energy to that club. If any one single player in that starting 11 is just stood there thinking, oh, fuck it, I'm here for 8 years, I'm going to get paid. Yeah, no, whoever it is, right? It doesn't matter. Then that system is never going to work because that one player is not putting in 100%. And to be fair, I don't think it's Mudryk because with Mudryk, you can kind of see
he runs.
I was going to say you can see that he tries, but I just don't think he's that technically gifted. Yeah, I don't think he's that football and smart player. You know, I don't think he is. And again, I watched him against England today. Same thing. Oh, bro, love it. And my guy is the fly whisperer. That's what it is. You know what I mean? They'll land on his hand. They don't even need to catch him. They just land there on his pinky.
But no, I'll hear what you're saying with Mudryk. Technically,
with Mudryk, yeah. So real quick on that. Just from today's match against England, I just thought, right, yeah, there's no way on earth you are worth 80 million, 100 million, 70 million. You'll be lucky if you were actually, if you're worth 25 million. Genuinely, he's not that player. He's not that player. It may change my mind in 2 years, 3 years time.
I think he needs a loan deal. I think he needs a loan deal where he can go out and he can be more of a playing where teams kind of sit back. Not even Ukraine. He can go to like an Everton or somewhere where where teams are sitting back and then just hit on the counter, because on the counter he'll look very good because he can use his speed.
They can do that.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I mean. So like,
he'd be a perfect fit for them.
But if you're a Chelsea, if you're trying to control the game, dominate possession, be creative, he just lacks that technical ability, like you said.
He does. But he gets confused in front of goal and in that sort of space. Like
too much. It's like And he's coming a little bit like a Timo Werner, like, I don't want another bad headline, so I'll pass the ball. But in reality, like, bro, he could have shot there. And then when he shoots, he gets it so bad and so wrong. You think, why
gets in his own head, doesn't it? But then again, even with Timo Werner, he went back to Leipzig and he's killing it out there. So
he's killing it. And to be fair, he didn't do too bad for Chelsea either. He came over to Chelsea. Like, again, I don't want to be like, won Champions League, but he won the Champions League, he won the Super Cup, he won the Club World Cup. He won everything. No, he didn't win the Club World Cup, but then he left and got his stuff. So do you know what? You couldn't ask more for Werner. He was a runner. He was scaring defenders, pulling defenders away, and that's something that Mudryk is not doing. I feel like sometimes he doesn't want to commit too much running off the ball to commit defenders to mark him and create space. But again, let's see if everybody's right. Pochettino does wonders with young players, and we'll find out. But I am worried at the minute that my team is Spurs.
Where's Pochettino proven himself with these young players, by the way? Can someone answer me that?
Pointing at Dele Alli, Danny Rose, and Harry Kane.
Who? I mean, okay, Harry Kane, fair enough. Who are the other two?
Yeah, exactly.
Danny Rose.
Is he a basketballer?
Danny Rose. Isn't that like a drink or something? Isn't that a drink? Like Rosewater or something? Danny Rosewater. What the hell? No, that's not right.
This is what they're trying to compare him to. Sorry,
the guy who got rejected from Fenerbahce. Is that the guy that we're talking about here?
The guy who had one good season, and the British media kind of was like, he's the next Paul Gascoigne, and he's amazing, and he's this. Exactly. So,
if Chelsea fans
take everything here with a pinch of salt.
If Chelsea
fans are realistic, bro.
No, I'm saying if Chelsea fans are saying that Pochettino does well with young lads or young players, then do you know what it is? those two examples that you're giving me are not the ones.
Not the ones to give you, yeah.
Do not give me those examples or to anyone, because if that is the case, if that's what they're living from, then Jesus Christ, just look at the news, man. Look at what happened to Ali. Look at what happened to fucking Danny Rose. Again, what does
Mourinho came in, he just didn't even go. Yeah. We saw that whole thing on there.
They were not missed, by the way. They were not missed, Danny Rose and Dele Alli. So I'm saying, like, if that's what some fans are going from, then good luck to you. Good luck to you, because I'm sorry, that is not a proven track record. That's just not proven.
I'm disappointed. And to be honest with you as well, I think of Pochettino sometimes, and hopefully I'm wrong, but I'm going to share this. I think he may have lost some respect to the players on the night that he cried in Amsterdam, where they played against Ajax and they made it through to the Champions League final. I don't know if you saw that. He got on his knees and he cried as if like, oh my God, what have I just achieved? When elite managers are like, yeah, I've achieved it because I'm flipping amazing. I'm quality. I'm elite. I deserve this, not because what has happened. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Oh, Daniel Levy, you didn't give me any money.
You cry at the birth of your kids. You don't cry making Champions League final.
Behave, lad. Look,
making it, by the way, not winning, just making it. And I think that's when it's like maybe some players are going to be like, "Come on." I hope I'm wrong. I'm saying all this, and hopefully I'm wrong.
Speculation, is it? Speculation.
And obviously, we'll see what happens when we play against Bournemouth. But for me, at the minute, because obviously we'll wrap it up on Chelsea because we've been doing it for about, let's say, 40 minutes.
It's okay. It's all right. It's been a while.
I'm not at that stage. I don't need to vent off.
I'm just trying to ease you in, bro.
I'm excited. I am excited to see what happens. Okay, some players are off injured, but still, if we can get the final third right, I'm confident we'll start scoring goals and winning football matches. Because defensively, we're not doing too bad. But I'm just looking at the difference of what has gone on so far, and where we're lacking at the minute is, like I said, final third, breaking teams down. Because teams that are getting back, we're struggling to go. No, last season we were shit everywhere. Last season was awful.
No, but the thing is,
defensively was poor. Midfield was nobody knew what was happening. Had Havertz up top, who was like, well, you see now how
you don't need to tell me, man.
We don't need to pretend anymore, do we? We don't need to pretend anymore.
You don't need to tell me. No, sorry, I just dropped my pen, by the way. If you heard that noise,
you pick up your pen. I'll continue on with what I was going to say. So, yeah, I'm excited for it, but hopefully some technical changes, some tactical changes can happen as well, and we can move forward and win some football matches, because if we can get in a run and if we can score first, it's become to the point where if we score first, I'm confident we'll win the match. But if we concede first, I'm very, very, very confident we'll probably lose that match, as it got shown against Nottingham Forest. And I don't want my team to become the new Spurs. And what I mean by that is turn up against the big boys, the top 4, top 5, and then against the rest of the teams, lose to West Ham 3-1 with 10 men, lose to Nottingham Forest at home. Again, no disrespect to these teams, but if you're drawing against Liverpool at home, you should not be losing to Nottingham Forest 1-0.
No, you shouldn't be really losing to West Ham.
And that's pretty much where I'm at. Away, but yeah, you should be up for it. These players, again, it goes back to that DNA that we mentioned. Academy players, they know what it's like to play against West Ham because it's a derby. It's a London derby. Enzo Fernandez doesn't know what it's like to play against West Ham. Doesn't know what a derby is. Does he even know what derby is? Jackson won't know what a derby is. Do you know what I mean? Gusto won't know what a derby is. Caicedo won't either. Caicedo probably got used to the South derby against Brighton versus West Ham, but in London there's so many teams. You need to be turning up for it every time.
Every single London team, every single London team you need to be turning up against. Look, it's with Chelsea. So obviously, like I said, it's 4 games in, so it's not really the end of the world. What's happening right now?
That's it. Exactly.
Still got a bit to go. Obviously, the 34 matches, so that's a long time. What's that? 8 months, 9 months ago. So anything can happen, and obviously we'll be here to cover all of that. But look, obviously, we try and go into. I want to talk a bit about Arsenal, but can I be honest with you? Right?
Do you though?
There's a couple of things that I want to mention. I don't really want to get too much into it because again, it's been a decent start. It obviously not as great as last season with the 3 wins on the bounce. 3 wins, one draw. It's not the worst. You know what I mean? Not the worst. Now, with Arsenal, watching them. Obviously, Arteta, he's tried to do different things at the beginning of the season. He's trying to put Thomas Partey on as a right back, playing like 3 at the back with 15 million wingers. I don't know what he's doing, but it first time watching it, I thought, right, Thomas Partey is injury prone, and you're putting him in a position that needs to be up and down the wing and supporting Saka, right? No, that's not what you should be doing at all. Okay, so that's one thing. But at the same time, I was thinking, right, but Thomas Partey is experienced, so he probably knows what he's doing. But then he's moving Ben White into the center of defense. Oh, and I'm like, right, but Ben White, everyone every single person, even pundits, even Gary Neville, you know what I mean? He praised Ben White as a right back last season because he was, without a doubt, one of the best.
He was very good. Yeah,
he was one of the best.
Yeah, he was fantastic.
So when you move that, when you move them two players around, you think, right, but those are two key players that you're moving around now. And again, it showed, because the couple of goals that we conceded, they came from that side, because Thomas Partey found himself in midfield and there was no cover because obviously Ben White had to be centre back. So that happened for three games. Happened for 3 games.
Yeah, I think you fixed it against Man United.
Yeah, and I think against Man United, it was like, you know what? I'm not going to complicate it. I'm just going to put Ben White on the right back, Gabriel and Saliba in the centre, and then put Zinchenko on the left. Thank you. Do that. Why didn't you do that for the first 3 games?
Yeah.
Do it, because now you've got. Now the thing is, fair enough. Thomas Partey was injured for the Man United match, but again, he wasn't missed. He wasn't missed because the system at the back was exactly how it's supposed to be. The players who have played there for a full 38 game season, just the Premier League season I'm talking about, who have played there with each other, next to each other. So it's like, why would you even contemplate on moving that unless one of them was like a 37-year-old defender or something? Then it's like, all right, cool. You want to try and move them away? They're all young. Every single one of them is like 22, 24, 25. Do you know what I mean? That's literally, it's not 23s, by the way. We don't do 23s in that. We skip from 22 to 24, 25, but not doing our 23s. But and then obviously we've got Declan Rice. So he's taking that party role and he's doing both. And for me, what I saw against Man United, I would love to see that for the majority of the season, because again, it is absolutely perfect. It works. Mm-hmm. Kai Havertz on the other side, on the other hand, hasn't worked as well. But you know that because you're a Chelsea fan. That's why you're laughing and you're smiling at me. And it's that smug look. Yeah, don't do that look. It's that what's that Jeremy Clarkson look that he does? That's what Rick's doing to me right now. So it's, with Kai Havertz, I'll be honest with you, I really, really just want to give him a chance. I really do, because I've always rated him, especially like I said to you before.
Yeah, I remember you saying,
I really rated him, and I really hope that he finds his legs. And I don't want him starting every single game. I just don't want him starting next game that we play. Don't want him starting. Put Trossard in there. Do you know what I mean? Put Trossard, put Eddie Nketiah in there, put anyone else apart from Kai Havertz, just to be like, look, Kai, you are a decent footballer, but you need to pull your shit together on the pitch. Why aren't your passes landing? Why are you shooting? Why are you
saw one of those things. I don't know what it was, but I saw. What was that thing where he tried to pass back? He was trying to do a 1-2 and the ball went out. I think it was a meme for it or something.
Yeah,
you're saying Chelsea fan not needing to pretend anymore.
I think it was the Fulham match, because we drew that 1-2 too. I think it was the Fulham match that he messed up. But you're right. Again, Chelsea fans are laughing at us because of that reason, and it's a risk that we're always going to take. You know, even with Jorginho at the beginning, I always, I called him Jorge for a while because he wasn't my player, and I thought, shit, this guy, slow and all this. He came in.
That's okay. I can call him Jorge now.
You can call him Jorge now. But he came in, he filled in that role for Partey when Partey wasn't there. He did well. He played really good football, and I was very impressed. And I thought, shit, okay, I was wrong about this guy. So I'm kind of hoping the same thing's going to happen with Kai Havertz. But if it doesn't, then Kai Havertz is the catalyst to the downfall of that team, because, again, it's like the ball goes missing when he's there. You sort of pass to Kai Havertz, he's like a void. You know what I mean? He's like the Bermuda Triangle where the ball goes in. It's like, where's it gone?
And exactly, that's the exact problem that I have as you're thinking of that, is the problem that I have with Mudryk. And if we have seen that being sidelined, see that?
Just two guys in the
players. And then the
what is that name?
And then the players who can see, obviously, on the pitch and know that this guy, every time he gets the ball, is not doing anything with it. They're just going to avoid him and play around him or play through him without him touching the ball. And then before you know it, you come down to 10 men. And then that individual will switch off, because as the rest of the team will be like, he can just run and track back and do the winning the ball back. But then like a Mudryk, a Havertz need the ball to their feet, but they're not doing anything with the ball. And then can you blame the team? Can you blame the rest of the players? Because there's only so much you can do. Like I saw the game against Man United. I'll be honest with you. It didn't do much for me.
Yeah,
it didn't do much for me at all. You guys were on fire. You guys were electric. Man United trying to slow the game. That's the only game I watched of Arsenal, so I can't comment on any others. And they were I was like, what is going on here? Like, is Ten Hag doing anything? Why are they just keeping the ball at the back, left and right? And, they got what they deserved. I'm glad you guys won. I'm glad. I'm not glad, but, there was no win for me. So against Man United, you're always glad to you get beat. And But yeah, Havertz still nothing. Even for the penalty, you could tell he went down. Initially, when you look at it, you're like, "Ooh," because the crowd screamed. But VAR, you see that it's gone down.
Same, but I'll be honest with you, right? I was debating that even in real time. I was like, okay, I shouted penalty. Then I was like, was it? Obviously, VAR check. I was like, right, this guy deserves a yellow card for that because there was no reason for him to go down like a sack of shit like that.
But this is the problem
just
as
go
well.
in there, put a foot in through the ball, just whatever. It doesn't matter where it is, just fucking do it.
But Man United got a penalty against Wolves like that when Rashford went down. Similar thing. Rashford went down, and we go back to the consistency of VAR and what's acceptable for one. It's
not doing that on the first podcast
we're not doing that
of the season. It's not happening. It's not happening.
It's
but
shocking,
you know, yeah.
It goes for Man United again, and historically, since we've started to really understand football, Man United have always been favoured towards these decisions. And you think to yourself, for fuck's sake.
Anthony Taylor, I genuinely thought he was just going to hand them the win. I really thought he was going to hand him the win, but again, we never did anything wrong for him to hand him a win. To be fair, so
no, he didn't. No, that's
we played against Man United again. Every time we play against Man United, it's always that feeling of history, isn't it? It's like, ooh,
yeah.
I remember what Man United have done to us. You know what I mean? The 8-2s, and all this, and the run beating or whatever it is. So it's always a bit nervous when you play Man United, especially for myself as an Arsenal fan because of that history. And going into that match, just the way that we started was, like you said, electric is probably the word that is the perfect word to fit. However, that being said, soon as Rashford scored, heads dropped, everyone pulled back, and I was like, what is happening here? Why are you inviting that much pressure from Man United? Second half came, I thought, right, okay, something needs to happen here. And obviously, things changed a little bit. It's like, don't give them that much space. Go press them high up. That's why Onana obviously I think he had more touches than any other outfield player for Man United.
Yeah, I think he had more touches than Bruno, to be honest.
It was ridiculous. But then again, for me, it was like, shit, just give him the ball. Give the Onana the ball. I don't mind. Go attack him.
Yeah,
he's not really the best. He's got that mistake in him, as he's proven at the beginning of the season.
As he proved it, yeah.
So, it wasn't. Man United did not threaten Arsenal at all. Like, again, Rashford scored because it was just a silly mistake. I think it was Saka who passed the ball back.
Yeah.
Saka passed the ball back, so Rashford...
And then just quick counter, yeah.
That's it. And you can't do much about that. Obviously, Saliba and White didn't cover themselves in any glory because both of them were sort of like...
Both of them went to the right, yeah.
Yeah, they were sort of like stood in front of each other and they were both stepping away and not closing down the angle of where Rashford was going to inevitably shoot.
You could see Rashford was always going to cut onto his right foot, but...
There's two of you. One block the left, one block the right.
We used to chat shit about Trent and Hendo doing this last year. So yeah, it was a similar mistake for Arsenal. If anything, they probably just blocked Ramsey's view.
They did, and Ramsdale. He got fingertips to it, but again, it was just they could have closed. If Saliba just stepped 1 foot to the left, that's it. Rashford's shot would have been blocked. You know what I mean? His knee would have blocked it, his thigh or whatever. But it's just a stupid goal to concede because Rashford's pressing you, he's pushing you back. You're obviously running backwards. But, you're an elite defender. You know where Rashford's going to shoot. If he's putting the ball to his right, where do you think he's going to shoot from?
Where's he going to go for it? Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's not going to just randomly do some crazy thing, flip over you, and then do like a back heel. He's always going to shoot to the right. So it was
the power as well.
Stupid.
The power would have beaten. Giving the keeper some credit. Like from there on, you expect Rashford to score. If he gets into that in his favourite right foot as well, from there as well. Do you know what I mean? The amount of power he'll put there, keeper will struggle to react to it.
I don't even blame Ramsdale for that. It's not even Ramsdale's
the rest
fault.
of the rest of the team reacted well because you equalised. Excuse me.
Yeah. Oh God. He's eating chilies right now. He's eating chilies right now. Should be eating chilies at night.
While I cough.
Should be eating chilies at night, man. Jeez.
That's better.
You know what I mean?
Sorry about that.
Eating the takeaway curries at this time.
Should have muted the mic before I started coughing. But what I mean is, like, you guys came and equalised instantly, didn't you? Like within 2 minutes, 3 minutes.
It was like I think it was like 60 seconds.
Seconds, something like that. So effectively, you kind of equalised straight away. Yeah. But again, you know what? You got the job done. No matter what happens, you got the job done. So why not? Odegaard was fantastic, bro. Odegaard was running and he was encouraging the team to go for it. And I'll be honest with you, I never rated him into the level that Arsenal fans do. Again, he's one of your own.
I never rated him before Arsenal.
But I always thought like if he was that good, Real Madrid would never let him go. But Arteta's done wonderful things with him, and the team seems to be playing for him. So although he's very good at picking a pass, the team are playing for him that really suits him really well. Because if he was anywhere else, I don't think he'll do that well. Even if he was at a City, I don't think he'll do as well as doing for Arsenal. So he was fantastic. I loved his work ethic. Love is a strong word, but I liked his work ethic.
I tend to almost built a team around him and everyone else. Like everyone thinks it's about Saka, but it's not about Saka. It's about Odegaard. Odegaard's not there. Saka's not doing anything. And look, Odi played brilliantly. Great shot taken. And again, I remember when he first joined us, when he had them chances, he kept skying them or kept passing the ball instead of shooting. And you think, what are you doing, man? You're in open space. Do it. Now he's taking those shots. He's got the confidence. And I love it.
Yeah, that's it.
I love that. I mean, the guy ended on what is it, like 15 goals or something last season, or 14 goals, something in the Premier League. It was incredible because, again, I never rated him before Arsenal. I always thought he was too far up his own damn ass.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Just for playing for Real Madrid.
Justin Bieber wannabe made it to Real Madrid.
Exactly. And he never got the game. He never got the game because of his attitude at the time. You know, there was a lot of reports. Oh, Odegaard's this. He's not playing well. He's not listening to the managers, coaches. So ever since then, I was like, I don't really rate him. Anyway, like you said, Arteta's built the team around him, and he's made him the captain. He's given him the importance that he thought he had when he was 16. Do you know what I mean? But what he didn't have when he was 16 was just the mature adult brain. Do you know what I mean? To think about like, oh, wait a minute, I'm 16. Why would he give me the captaincy? You know what I mean? When I've got 20, 30 plus players playing around me, why would he give me the captaincy? So look, he's matured over time, and I'm so glad that he's our player, and the fact that we bought him for 35 million is just a steal.
I think it looks like a steal now. Back then, it probably was like, what the hell have they paid 35 million for this player? Exactly. But clearly now it's a steal. So
so I think Arteta, sits up at night just prank calling Ancelotti. To be honest with you, just picking it up, hello Carlo, and then puts the phone down.
Yeah, so, for Vinny.
Just absolutely, absolutely killing him out there on the phone. But look, Arsenal. We did well. Rice obviously got the sort of winning goal, if you will, even though Jesus scored straight after.
Rice kind of got the winning goal. That's the killer goal.
And they were shouting a foul, but let's just be honest, there was no foul there. Johnny Evans was
just no foul. No. I think it's one of those, like if it was for Chelsea, because obviously my team, I'm trying to pick at everything. I'd probably be like, oh, it was a foul, but if realistically, when you look at it, even as a football fan,
that's the way you think about it. And if it happens against your team, what do you think? And that's the true feeling about it.
Even if it did happen against your team, if you were a City or an Arsenal when you're performing so well, you're probably like, nah, play should have been stronger, should have got there and blocked it. Yeah. But because your team doesn't play well and you're looking for any glimpse of hope and any chances, that's it. You're basically feeding off scraps, and one of the scraps is, referee, that's a foul, and it wasn't.
That's what Ten Hag was doing.
Even the penalty on Hoyle, how we pronounce it? Hoyle.
Rasmus
Hoyle. You don't pronounce that last D or something. Did you see that one when he got interviewed? They were like, how do you pronounce your name? And he goes, Hoyle. You don't pronounce this. And I was like, all right, bro.
Okay, Holland. Okay, fair enough. Rasmus, I'll call him Razzie.
But anyway, Razzie. Even in the challenge on Razzie, then he was like screaming for a penalty and stuff. But come on, if you start giving those, you give everything.
No, they got tangled. They got the one with Gabriel. They got tangled in the box.
It was an
together.
Entanglement. Jada Smith and whatever. Something happening. I don't know what's going on. There was a red table.
Hey, guys, come on. You know the entanglement. That's what happens. And like you said, the Man United's mistake is the fact that he brought on Maguire and Johnny Evans. That's the mistake. And obviously Ten Hag can't come out there and be like, I made the mistake. So he's like, oh, Johnny Evans, that should have been a foul on him. Well, no, Johnny Evans shouldn't be playing for your team at all.
After 6 years coming back, 7 years.
Was 2016 the last time he started for Man United? 2015?
Yeah, that's what the stats said anyway. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, you're right. No, that was it. It is complete madness. The fact that Johnny Evans plays for Man United, and that's his downfall right there. There's no, don't look at anyone else. Go home, Ten Hag. I was gonna say, look at a mirror, but you've got a shiny enough head, so you get the reflection from somewhere. And again, he needs to reassess his players. He needs to reassess his team. And
I think tactically they did awful as well.
They were awful.
They had players to try and control the game. He had 4 players on the pitch. I.e., well, where have you gone? All I see is a keyboard.
Yeah, no, my bad. I've just had to put it on charge. So yeah,
right,
because it was about to die.
Okay, I was like, where's he gone? No, for me, it was like you had that midfield. You know, you're trying to be everybody's like, oh, this is a quality midfield, and on paper it is good. Eriksen, Casemiro, and what's his name, Bruno. Go against Arsenal's midfield. Go against Kai Havertz, Declan Rice, and Odegaard. Just give them a go. Go toe to toe with them. If you trust your midfield that much, but they didn't. All they kept doing was backwards. And another thing, Anthony. Not Anthony's one, right? But the other guy, Martial, sorry. Anthony Martial and Anthony, the footballer who plays on the right wing, is they're just shocking. Like they were all, especially Martial for me.
I can't believe that.
It just feels like I can't believe he started that game. He can be a squad player. He can come on. He can do something.
How you leaving Garnacho on the bench, by the way, and you start with Martial?
Yeah,
that's all I want to know.
Garnacho, you've paid 75 million for this new kid. Bring him on.
Yes,
bring him on. You can see how physical he is in training. You can see how Rizzy, what we're calling him, Razzie. We can see how good he was when he came on and how challenging and physical he played against Gabriel. And that's what your defense needed.
Yes, he was scary.
They knew
Gabriel stepped up.
Everything was in front. Yeah. Martial was getting it, giving it back, getting it, giving it back. This guy got it. He's got in the face, arms up, being strong, being powerful. And then, again, goes back to Ten Hag. You made a wrong decision. Because if that was the case, your defense would not have had to defend so much and then players may not have got injured. But again, even with the defense, I love to see it. Long may it continue.
Please.
I just literally couldn't care.
Please, out up there. You know what I mean?
And I feel like United fans are getting what they deserve now because the worst fans that I hate is United fans. And then, there is nobody else actually, to be fair. Close second is United, and then there's a gap.
Yeah,
and then
I was going to say, insert City here, but even City can't be...
No, not even City.
Don't even have fans.
City, exactly. They don't have the fans. They don't have the numbers.
Yes, offence. City fans. Yes, offence.
Yes, absolutely.
100% offence on that one. So I totally agree with you. I think the downfall was the fact that he should have started with Højlund. Should have hindsight, all that stuff. But from now on, he should start with Højlund because again, he came on and Gabriel had to switch on. Gabriel was like, "Oh shit, I need to fucking actually do some work here." Yeah. And you know what he did? He managed obviously that whole entanglement in the box and all that kind of stuff with Højlund. That came because as a result of Højlund being strong and running directly towards him or going into the box and bullying him or trying to bully him. So Gabriel
being in his face, being physical with him rather than being 2 yards away from him at all times, like what Martial was doing.
Yeah, Martial not strong enough to go up against Gabriel or Saliba. Rashford is okay, he's fast, but once Saliba beat him in a foot race a couple of times to get the ball back. And if you're not doing that, then again, what does that mean? What does that call for? Oh, I know, I've got a strong ass guy here who sat on the bench and he's ready to go at these man, and he did. He went at them, and he was a good player. I genuinely thought he was going to score because I didn't talk enough shit about him for him to score. So next time,
maybe that's it.
He's a great player. He's fantastic. Don't talk shit about him, bro. Don't score against him.
They will be all right.
Anthony was atrocious as always. Lisandro Martinez, I think he came off. Did he come off because
I think he got injured? Then he was completely fine in Argentina. Turned up for Argentina in 3 days.
I was just about to say,
he fully trained.
He got taken off because I think it was Nketiah or Saka who just slapped on Martinelli. I think it was Martinelli who kept coming in from the left. He could not. Honestly, he could not handle Martinelli, and you're right. He did what Klopp did to Trent when he took him off.
Just take him off to kind of. But this guy took himself off. He was like, "Oh, I've got injured myself." I think Arsenal players went down and was like, "What's wrong with you?" He's like, "Injured where?"
Yeah, where's the injury? You can't just say injured.
And it's clear now. Obviously, a lot of people might be like, "Oh, don't judge him like that. He wasn't injured. He's a human being." But 4 days later, he was completely fine training without what do you call it? Come on, mate! Like
with Argentina, yeah. Come on, it's not. With Man United, like you said, I just really hope it continues like this throughout the whole history. Ten Hag, please stay there forever. Glazers, please keep the team forever. I don't care. Do you know what? Can I chip in? Can I push them to keep the team? I start charity box. I don't care. I don't care, mate. I will start it.
Page.
Yeah, exactly. But no, it's with like you said, with Man United, they've got problems to solve and whatever. Hopefully they don't. Varane, sorry, that was my last point of Man United. Varane was a massive miss for them, and it showed. I genuinely think it showed that Varane was a massive miss. So
he really was a massive miss. But this is the thing, Varane is an injury prone, a bit like Chelsea with Reece James went and bought another right back. Do the same. Do the same. Look where you need to invest. You need 3 key areas to invest: defense, middle, top. Top, you've got it sorted.
Yeah.
Middle, I don't think they've got it sorted with Mason Mount, and it's shown so far. Obviously,
Oh, he didn't
he's
even
injured
play,
now
did
and
he?
so on.
Did he even play?
No, he's been injured. He hasn't
Oh,
played for 2 games because apparently he's injured.
Sorry,
Okay, so
Lissandro
let's say
injured,
you
or
did.
Lissandro injured, or actually injured?
No, Lissandro injured. No, I don't know. I don't know. Do I care now?
No,
I think he's
of
injured.
course.
But then get somebody else in at centre back. Like, look to bring in a centre back. They should have gone full out for the boy from Napoli, Kim, who went to Bayern Munich. Now I know he probably was thinking, I'm going to go to Bayern himself. Yeah, Kim Jae-min. He was quality for Napoli.
Excellent.
Break the bank for that guy. Yeah. Break the bank for that guy.
I watched 2 Bayern matches, by the way, just because of Harry Kane. And I've said to you, I've told you this before, innit? I told you this, and I will stick true to my word. I'll watch Harry Kane because he's a fantastic striker, and I watched him for Bayern, and he was brilliant. He's brilliant. Assist, scoring, he was fantastic. Kim was good as well. I watched him, and he was really, really good. But the first 2 matches I watched was first 2 weeks of the Bundesliga, I think. He assisted in the first one, and then he scored and assisted in the second one. I just thought, like, okay, now you've proven something.
Do you think? Yeah, do you think? Yeah, that's it.
No one doubted you. You doubted yourself for these many years. You should have gone when you were 26.
Should have gone a long time ago. Yeah,
a long time ago.
You could have had a Champions League and
you could have been a Real player. You could have been a Real Madrid player and won extra Champions League. But anyway, look. Hopefully he does something. Hopefully not this season that he wins Champions League. Let Arsenal. Did you hear what I said there? Did I? Sound like a fly. But so going back to Arsenal, and I'll finish it on that. We've done okay. I can't really say that we've done excellent. We've done good, so better than okay. We've done good. Still a long time to go, and I just really hope he doesn't turn into Pep and just overcomplicate and overthink things when it don't need to be.
I was about to ask you that. Do you think he'll start overcomplicating?
He started already.
No, but right now he's we can put it down to an experimental because it's at the beginning. You know what I mean? Because it's only 4 games in. That's true. We can put under that category of
the Champions League starts. Then we'll see.
Yeah, so you've got what have you got? First game back after international break. You've got Everton away, PSV, and then Spurs at home.
And Spurs at home on 24th.
3 games in 2 weeks, effectively. So tough games going to Everton.
PSV aren't going to be a walk in the park.
PSV won't be a walk in the park. But you're at home, first day back. Yeah. It should be a quality night. But that Spurs team looks pretty decent.
I can't even lie. I can't even.
And I quite like that manager. I forgot his name now, but he's a decent man. He seems like Postecoglou. Yeah, he seems funny as well. He seems funny. He seems quality. He doesn't seem to take life too serious. But I loved as well Gary Neville. Do you see that bit? Sorry, quickly to interrupt. Gary Neville said, he's just copying Pep and he's doing this and so on. He gets interviewed by TNT Sports, obviously the rebranding of, and then Joe Cole asks him this, talks about tactically what he did, and he goes, I'm just copying Pep, mate. And I just loved it. I just thought it was fantastic. Quality. He literally seems like a decent bloke that you just want to have a drink with. Too far as up in own ass. He just, down to earth. Quality.
I think with Postecoglou, if he gets rid of Romero, Davinson Sanchez left now, hasn't he? Davinson Sanchez left. I think he's just signed for someone else. Whatever, he's left. So if he gets rid of Romero and Højbjerg, I genuinely think they'll have a very good team. Don't put no Dyers, don't put no Winks. I know Winks doesn't play for them anymore, but you get my point. Like, don't put any of these players on because they're not needed. They are not needed. He needs to get the players that he had. Obviously, he wants for that team to work. Again, don't really care for Tottenham, but again, I can't help but say that they've actually done pretty well so far.
Done decent,
and
really
I'm quite frightened for the North London derby. Like, because
I'm excited. I'll be honest with you, I'm excited for you to see that game. So it should be good. Should be really good.
Absolutely.
That boy, I forgot his name, Basuma, quality in midfield.
He's Basuma,
against Man United. Him and Sal were fantastic.
It's about time though, because when he first joined, he did not get a game at all.
But then this is the thing.
Conte did not play him.
Manager, is it Conte manager thinking I'm going to stick to this guy instead? And think about it, it's going to be Basuma Bentancur when he comes back. He was quality as well.
Bentancur's a good player.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? So it should be good. But they've surprised me how well they've started, because I thought lose it. But then again, to be fair for Spurs, Maddison has been amazing.
Yeah. What an addition! What an addition they've got. By the way,
he seems very cheap now. Looking at how much they paid for him, really, really cheap. Yeah. So quality, man.
No, he's definitely done well. And again, let's see what happens. Obviously, for the rest of the season, it's going to be interesting. There's going to be, I'll tell you right now, there's going to be some huge surprises, like a Newcastle, challenging or maybe ending up first for like 3 weeks or 2 weeks or something.
I've
I
got
think
a
something
feeling
crazy is
they're
going to
going
happen.
to go different. I think Newcastle's probably we're going to see the downfall a little bit this year because of the
Get rid of Eddie
Champions
Howe?
League. No, I think they will. I think this is Eddie Howe as far as he can take them.
Yeah.
I think now they'll probably bring somebody else in because they lost against Liverpool, went and got beat against whoever. I think they lost
Brighton.
2 on the bounce now. Was it Brighton that beat them away?
Yeah.
So.
But Brighton slapped them though. Brighton absolutely
Brighton
tortured that team.
slapped them. And Brighton did extremely well. And I saw what that because did he get a hat trick? Ferguson got a hat trick. Was it against Newcastle?
Yeah.
So
excellent
now
player,
imagine you're playing Champions League, you're losing matches, head start going down, and then is Eddie Howe the right manager? This is where we'll see whether Eddie Howe is an elite. Do you remember when he was at Bournemouth and everybody was like, why don't English managers get an elite jobs, i.e. Chelsea, United, Arsenal, etc.? It's because it doesn't fit the bill and so on and so forth. Prove yourself now. Now you're in a team, you've got them in the Champions League. Can you hack both?
Yeah.
Because these teams I just mentioned, they're for Champions League every year and Premier League. You don't kind of favour one or the other. You attack both full on.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But for me, I do think Newcastle are probably going to start dropping this year. I hope they don't. Like I've said to you a long time ago. I hope because it's a northeast team.
Do well, of course. Yeah.
I hope they do quality. But
I think they'll be safe within the top 6, 7. Like easily be safe. What they do after that is I don't know. Like again, like you said, if Champions League.
But think about it, you say top 6, 7. If it's only Chelsea and Arsenal need to improve, then all of a sudden Newcastle become a mid-table team.
Well, Arsenal,
where are you? Newcastle are 14. So don't forget, we've got Fulham, Chelsea, United, even Villa 10th. If these teams start putting performances in, all of a sudden, then it's Man United, not Liverpool. Arsenal 5th behind West Ham.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah. City, obviously, perfect.
It is what it is. Let's not talk about those. Liverpool, real quick. I wanted to quickly touch on Liverpool. In terms of McAllister, Szoboszlai. I'll be honest with you. I've really enjoyed watching Szoboszlai play. He's a good player. He's gained a bit more confidence. I think he scored in the last game, didn't he? I believe he scored in the last
first goal. Yeah.
So I'm glad. I'm glad for the player rather than the team, obviously. It's always good to see. With McAllister, on the other hand, though, I haven't been that impressed. I'll be honest with you. I don't think, like you said with Caicedo.
I can see why he only costs 25 million now.
Yeah.
I can see him there. Like again, when you make the comparison to Caicedo, I can't see why he costs 115.
No, God no.
So I can be like, yeah, okay, you're a decent player, but you're not anything like wow and amazing and so on. Maybe he looked a lot better in Brighton team because there was a lot more players playing around him. Mm-hmm. But for this Liverpool team, the team is around Salah, around maybe Nunes and the attacking players
as well, yeah.
Diaz, so on. So he'll do okay, but
I don't think he'll live up to the hype. Obviously, World Cup winner and all this stuff. Great midfielder. I'm sure he'll do fine. He'll be better than Henderson once he gets up to speed. But the hype has really distorted that player and what he does. In terms of the rest of the team for Liverpool, I'll be honest with you, right? It's time to look for a replacement for Van Dijk. Van Dijk needs to be replaced at some point. Konate is okay. Is he the main defender? I don't think so. Like Kim Jae-min, for example, right? He would have been a perfect fit for Liverpool. 100%.
110%.
He would have been the perfect player to slot in, and no one would even bat an eyelid. Like, there's that guy who plays for Liverpool. Nope, just started. But you never know it.
Yeah, how long has he been here for?
Just that. Exactly. But they had Endo, which again he wasn't too bad. I watched the last match. Who did Liverpool play last? By the way,
again, we can't judge him on one game though.
No, we can't.
They won that game, didn't they?
They won. Yeah, they won. They won the game. I think it was like 3-0. Was it?
Yeah, against Villa. So again, it was a decent performance, but it was at home. You know what I mean? They were doing all right. Villa weren't firing in all cylinders.
They weren't at all. They really weren't. So
with Liverpool's challenge will start when they start playing like the teams, the top dogs again.
Yeah. Let's see what they do against City, isn't it? If they
City, let's see how they do against Arsenal,
City.
Spurs, you know what I mean? Especially when they've got now European football on a Thursday night and having to travel here, there and everywhere and then come back and play Sunday, 2:00, Sunday, midday kickoff.
It's going to be a nightmare for them.
That's when it becomes But for me, you're right. Personally, I think they should have sold Salah. 150 million for a 31-year-old. This was your opportunity to sell him.
This is dumb.
You're not going to get relegated. I'm going to use this word carefully. Transition season. 150 million. Get that money. Come January, look to get a defender in. Look to bring somebody else in. Because attacking option-wise, how many have they got at the minute? Yeah, but look attacking-wise. Salah goes. They've still got Nunes, Diaz, Jota. Gakpo.
Oh yeah, Gakpo. I forgot about Gakpo as well.
Do
Yeah,
you know what I mean? There's like 4 attacking options there.
And they're very good players. And they're very good players.
Each one of them is on their own merit. It's fantastic.
I said last season. I remember saying last season that watching Liverpool, they obviously when Diaz got injured, I said to you when Diaz and Jota come back, they're gonna be the difference, not Salah, and it proved right.
No,
Salah was never the difference.
Absolutely, yeah.
As soon as Diaz came back, that's it. Things started firing on
Salah,
yeah, of course it does.
Salah has 2 players around him. I'll be honest with you, and I've said this on the group chat, and I'm not because I'm biased, but Salah is not a Hazard who can take 2 players on turn and do something.
No, he's got that quick burst, isn't it? For one player,
he's got that quick burst. That's it. One player can turn you on, and I'm going to go to my left foot. Yeah.
I remember
if you double up on him and you block the left and the right, the only place for him to go then is come back down to Trent.
Yeah. Once he goes back down to Trent,
middle to head, there's nothing. Then you've killed the attack. Start again. Let's regroup and go again.
I agree.
So that's why he was so good with Mane, because Mane threatened defenders on the other side, so they couldn't afford to double up on 2 players, so they had to pick one or the other. Freed up one or the other. Do you see what I'm trying to say here?
100%. I agree.
And the same when Diaz and Jota's there, they have to do something because the other side becomes a threat. Whereas Nunes, he had a decent game. He got 2 goals against Liverpool, against Newcastle, but let's not get carried away. They were very lucky, especially the first one, the way it kind of hit it, the back, the bums, the heel, and it was like a through ball to him. It was just like, I felt sorry for Newcastle there. But that's their own doing. They should not have took the foot off the gas. Down to 10 men, you should have just continued to hammer them, just like they did against Spurs, where they won 6-1.
You have to, like you said, after Van Dijk went off, they should have, totally just pushed them all the way to the bloody end.
Dominated the whole thing.
They shouldn't have lost that match. That's just the way it is on that one. And obviously on the Van Dijk red card, where are we standing? Straight
100%. It's not 100% because he was dirty. 100% because he was the last defender. Like I'm not
you're
trashing on Liverpool. He was the last defender.
He was the last defender,
and he went through the player to get the ball. Like there was nothing. Yeah, because the ball travels a certain way. You're like, great tackle, and because I think subconsciously we're programmed to be like quality defender, can't do no wrong. But reality is he fouled the player. Yeah, and then the way he's. And I'm glad as well, by the way, he's been used to make an example of. Like we talk about this, I would have been the same if he was a Chelsea or John Terry. There's so many young kids now that you see kind of swearing at the referee, and there's no respect for referees. And that only comes from the top. It needs to be modelled from the top. I've seen young kids, and even when I was young, playing football, holding their knee. They've been touched on the shoulder, and they're holding their knee because they saw their favourite player hold the knee and roll around. They did here Drogba and Ian Robin and Rashford and Ronaldo and whoever.
But not realising that those guys are actually playing for prizes and a hell of a lot of money. Do you know what I mean? That actually matters.
Yes.
That's the difference.
And they're trying to cheat the referee at the same time of
because you're
gain an advantage.
Thank you. Getting an advantage. That's it. And that's just the way that real life works. But again, like you said, you have to make an example of the people at the top and who's there. It's Van Dijk. So you're gonna have to do it. But yeah, I totally agree with you. At first, the first couple of times I watched it on the replay, I was like, that is never a red card. That never. Watched it again. I was like, from a different angle. Okay, do you know what? He put his foot in there.
You can see he takes the guy's foot.
It was the last. Yeah, it was the last
defender.
player.
It's just the rules, isn't it? Yeah.
So with Liverpool, I don't think they're going to do like fantastically well, but I think they'll probably get 5th again this season. To be fair,
I think they need another player who can possibly do it, like the dirty work what Hendo did. But they're not very vocal in that midfield. The new players.
McAllister's not. That's what I'm saying. McAllister's not
vocal.
He's not doing
Hendo,
it.
This new boy who's came in, obviously, from a new league, he's not really going to do it.
Not yet.
What's his name? Dominic. What's his name? Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai. He's not really doing it neither. Like he's not doing it in terms of like communication. That's what I mean. Yeah.
Not in terms of vocals.
On the pitch is all right.
Again, 4 matches in, so I'm sure something's gonna come up.
Yeah. It's too early to judge. We're just only judging of these 4 matches and making predictions, really, aren't we? So that's it.
Listen, Rick, we've got last 10 minutes. I'll be honest, real quick, I don't really want to talk about the England squad because it's exactly the same squad as always been.
I'm sick and tired of it. I'm sick and tired of that squad. All these players have made it into the team.
We do have like I'd say about 5-10 minutes before we bring it to an end. I just wanted to have a quick chat about F1. I don't know if you've been keeping up with any of the F1.
Keeping up, no, but I'm a little bit, but not as much as I was doing previously because before obviously
holidays and stuff, and there was a massive break. By the way, there was like a 3-4 week break, so that don't never forget that. But in terms of F1. When I say we've got 10 minutes, I'm not going to spend 10 minutes on it because there really isn't 10 minutes to spend on F1 because, Max Verstappen, he's won. End of story. Goodbye. Thank you very much for joining us, everyone.
That's it. That's literally it.
So it's, with it, I just wanted to say, right, the guy, obviously, you know how I feel about Max Verstappen for no reason whatsoever. I have absolutely no reason to hate him or dislike him, right? He's the top of his game. He is the best of the best, and that's just the way that is. That guy.
Quickly to interrupt you,
yes,
is he the
go ahead.
best of the best, or is he just the best this season because he has the best car and the team probably with the most money who have found a loophole, a Todd Bowley loophole to invest even more?
I've already...
because he wasn't the very best 2 years ago.
No, 2021 he wasn't the best, but since the rule changes, that car has exploded, and I want to...
insane.
So you're right. I'll come back to that then. With Ferrari last season, they started off excellent. They won races.
I saw the challenge. I think it was the Bahrain one the first year where
proper challenge.
Verstappen overtaking DRS and yeah.
That's right. And so what gets me, and I've asked you this before, like before when this season started, like back in March or April, whenever it was, I asked the question. I was like, how is it possible that car is ending up 30 seconds up the road from the rest of the competition? Like, that's not normal. You know what I mean? That's not that normal. Even Lewis Hamilton in the best Mercedes that there ever was, he wasn't getting the 30, 40 seconds. Do you know what I mean? Like, the next thing that's missing is a minute. If he gets a minute, then it's like, what the hell's in that car?
Yeah, so that's it. I got to sit back and...
You're absolutely right. Sometimes a question's got to be asked. It's like, can someone just have a look? What's going on under there? Like, you open it up. Oh, fucking NOS bottle. What the hell's that doing here? Do you know what I mean? It's one of those NOS. No, it begs the question of what is in that car. But forgetting that, obviously, put the conspiracies to one side. Like, you got to hand it to him.
Absolutely.
He started from 14th, he started from 12th, he started from 7th, and he's come back and he's beat them all. And there's absolutely no problem. You know what I mean? Like,
that's more car than him, because if that was the reason why I think if for me, again, it's hard. Yes, I'm a fan of F1, not to the level that you're at. Obviously, you're a lot more devoted than I. You watch a lot more F1 in practices, and so you're more knowledgeable on the topic. But for me, giving him the best driver ever, for example, or anything like that. I know you're not doing that neither. I'm just trying to get to the point of recent F1 is very much dependent on the car.
Yeah.
Because you saw Jenson Button when he was with Braun. He won it the next year. The car wasn't very good. He fell off. Yeah. We saw Lewis Hamilton with McLaren, did all right. Car wasn't very good, fell off.
Even that season, the 2008 season, that should have been Massa's championship, but he was cheated. There was something going on there.
There was stuff, exactly. So it seems to be very much on the car. Now, granted, the car is difficult to control, to drive, to manage, to turn, to maneuver, etc. So Max is very talented at doing that. Yeah. But he's doing all that, right? But Chico's doing that. But Chico's car is not as good as Max's car.
No, sorry.
This is the thing.
Let me correction, right? For about 4 races, Checo's car wasn't as good, and then all of a sudden, Checo's finishing second in 2 consecutive races. Do you see what I mean? Like,
everybody then just shuts everyone up, and then all of a sudden nobody asks the question again.
Exactly, it's tactics from Red Bull, where it's like, Checo, you're never going to win this. You know that, we know that, everyone knows that, but we're going to have to give them that hope of like, there's 2 drivers in this team rather than 1.
2 drivers in this team. That's it.
He went 4 races.
What Checo's doing now. All of a sudden, his car's not very good. Is Checo really that bad now? Has Checo not got the experience to be in Monza? Has Checo not got the experience at Spa, finishing like 4th and 5th on these other? It may not have been Monza, may not have been Spa. Don't hold me.
Spa, no, but sorry, with Monza, he finished. That's what I'm saying. He finished second. So the last 2 races that there's been in Zandvoort and Monza, he's finished second.
But then previously,
before that,
exactly. He didn't. But then he'd been there for a while. He'd been a Formula 1 driver for a while, so he knows the race. He knows the car exactly. So he's very.
Hungary, he had a problem, and it's like in Hungary, he had a problem. Hungary's like Hungaroring is one of the oldest tracks on the F1 calendar, so everyone should know that, like, inside out. And you go spin on the 3rd corner. On the 3rd corner.
Come on, bro.
I don't think so. But I agree.
We don't want to fuel conspiracy, but this is what I'm trying to get at. It's very much like a car related, and it is interesting and it is exciting, or was exciting. I'm going to rephrase that past tense. Was exciting because now, even though Sainz was ahead, and I was like, yes, it's nice to see Ferrari win at Ferrari, and then he just like, no,
Ferrari have won 2 races in 17 years at Monza. 2 races in 17 years.
But they had a very good chance by finishing first, you know what I mean? Like on pole position.
I'm just saying, like,
statistically,
When you think about that is complete madness. 2006 was the last time they won at Monza, and that was Michael Schumacher.
Wow.
Do you know what I mean? That was Michael Schumacher, and I don't know.
Yeah, no.
I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk about Ferrari too long because I will get vexed, and it is getting quite late. So I don't want to go to bed angry.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's like with the mistress and stuff like that. I don't want to get to bed angry, but it's a shambles. It really is a shambles. And literally, I said to you before, they just sat around in the Ferrari garage just sipping on espressos and stuff. That's what they're doing. They're not doing anything else. And there was a meme that came out there was a meme that came out. A guy was doing like a little video, and he was showing the Red Bull pit stop. Literally, he had a little fake drill and stuff.
Yeah.
1 second, 0.0001 second, real quick.
Yeah.
And then you cut to the Ferrari garage. Motherfuckers smoking, having a tab. You know what I mean? They're having a coffee, chilling. Should we change the tires? Should we not change the tires? As soon as I saw that, I was like, oh my god, someone's heard me, and they've actually created this because I don't have any more words to describe Ferrari. Like it has to be through memes. It has to be through memes and gifs. I can't. Pictures
speak 1,000 words.
Exactly, and that's what it needs to be with Ferrari. And look, Sainz, I really rate him. I think he's a brilliant driver. He's got balls, man. That guy is.
Did you see what happened, by the way, to show you how much balls he has? Did you see someone try to steal his Richard Mill? Yeah,
500k.
Trying to steal his Millie. Yeah.
That guy chased him
and then
down.
he chased him down.
Like he was chasing down Max Verstappen. You get me? Or so he thought
this guy was slower.
So he thought he was chasing Max Verstappen. He was like, "Oh, I gotta get him," and he took him out. But obviously, that's you know what I mean. Like he's a great driver. Charles Leclerc, on the other hand,
I don't know. I don't know.
It's like a bad relationship with Charles Leclerc.
So far behind.
It's like honestly, it's a bad relationship because I'm just sat there watching I can't watch F1 anymore because I've turned into like a football F1 fan. Do you know what I mean? When I'm screaming at the TV, I'm thinking, what the fuck are they doing? And they're just driving. Like, you know what I mean? So
I watched a bit of Monza, to be fair, mate, and I thought there was an opportunity for them to win if Leclerc was a bit more aggressive and he was able to get closer to Max. So Max had to think about attack and defense. But because he was so far away from Max Verstappen, all he thought about was just attack. Yeah. I mean, because he might have slowed him down slightly.
No, go on.
No, I was just going to say it might have slowed him down if he had to think about defending in a corner so that Leclerc doesn't come in, or being cautious of, we might collide, hit each other, what have you. But instead, because you're so far away, each corner, Verstappen was like, where am I going to position it to get the best exit so I can attack Sainz here? So, to be fair, Leclerc is just meh.
Yeah, I think meh is the right word. I think with Sainz, he had, obviously, I think there was about 3 or 4 different times when he defended against Verstappen, obviously trying to take the inside line. Verstappen went on the outside and then he outbraked him, sort of thing. And to be fair to Verstappen, though, like, do you remember the Monza in 2021 when he landed on Hamilton's car?
Yes, how could I forget?
So basically, this one with Sainz was exactly the same thing. Same line he took on the outside, same corner entry, everything the same. The only difference this time was Max realized he was like, oh shit, why do I need to question this guy?
I need to actually re-brake, Why
do I need to question this guy? Like, I'm winning. I'm going to take him in the next corner anyway, so might as well. And again, it shows the maturity of Max Verstappen. And this is what I'm saying. Like, I have no reason to hate him because he's a mature guy. Do you know what I mean? He knows what he's doing, and he knows.
I think it shows the maturity, but I think it shows the confidence that he has in himself in the car. Because he's like, I don't really need to crash into this guy or be as aggressive into the diving into the corner or the late braking, because I'll probably outperform him on the straight, I'll perform on the next bend, next chicane, etc. Literally exactly what he's been doing since the start of the year. His car is so quick. Yeah. I remember at the very start when they said to Max, "How do you feel about your car?" He's like, "We've managed to make it even quicker."
Yeah,
that's scary. I'm paraphrasing, but something along those lines. You're like, wait, what?
That's scary.
And it's gone to show, like, how are they so quick? And for me, okay, it's exciting, but it's exciting in the beginning and something towards the end because you're guaranteed Max is going to win.
Yeah, so forget the
sport
first
needs to
spot.
do something else.
Forget the first.
Yeah, that's it. But really, you want to
see
see somebody challenge Max. We love an underdog. I loved Max when Lewis was winning all the time. I was like, oh, Max Verstappen. Now I'm cheering for Lewis again because I just want an underdog. Because I know my actual team is not doing much. McLaren, going back. I've mentioned so many times. They're doing okay. There's progress.
A bit
like Chelsea.
I'm
picked up a little bit.
I'm like a Piastri though. I'm like an Oscar Piastri. I think he's ballsy as well.
He's doing all right. Yeah, that's it. I like him as well.
He's been doing good for sure. No, you're right.
Albon, bro. Like, where's he come from? Like, in what?
I think what's going to happen is, I think if Albon puts in great performances to the end of the season, as much as he can with that Williams, I think Red Bull are going to bring him back.
Yes.
But if I was Albon, I'd probably turn them down Because as long as Max Verstappen's on that team, you ain't winning shit.
Yeah,
you ain't winning shit. Go to a Ferrari. Go to a Ferrari. Do you know what I mean? Charles Leclerc, he's already thinking about going to Audi in 2026. Sainz may or may not be there. It depends, because Sainz is like, well, shit, if we don't have the car, then what the hell's the point of me being here? You could go back to Renault. You could go back to McLaren or some shit. So it's you're right. Forget the first top spot, because Max is always going to take that. But the rest of the field has been very interesting. Fernando Alonso's been in there. I've been a bit disappointed with like the Ocons and the Gaslys. You know, I thought they were going to do well, but
I was expecting more from Alpine. Yeah, same.
Alpine, Haas, obviously Haas are doing the Haas thing, so you know they haven't really.
I'm just looking forward to Drive to Survive. See what good old Gunther's got to say to that about Haas.
No, absolutely. I cannot wait for the new season to come out in March or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But look, last thing I want to say before unless you've got any more things, do you want?
No, I've got nothing. No, ready.
Last thing, obviously, he is the only driver now, Max Verstappen, the only driver to have 10 consecutive wins in one season, and that is a record that he stands there by himself.
Yeah,
Schumacher's got 7. Who was the next one that had? Vettel had 9. Obviously, he just broke Vettel's record. So this guy's breaking records just week in, week out. Every race is breaking records, and in a way, I'm kind of happy that we're living through this and we're watching it and experiencing it like we did with Schumacher back in the day.
Yeah.
So
same. It's nice to be there, but I think Schumacher back in the day, he had a bit more challenge. Mika Hakkinen and a few others who were trying to challenge him.
But from 2000 to 2005.
Nobody challenged him. He had it to
that car was, but then again, it was the car, the F2004. Everyone talks about the car, the F2002. Do you know what I mean? So you're right. The car is 100%. 100%. It's
the key component in this.
80% the key component. Then the driver comes into obviously tune it and whatever.
How can they handle it and manage it? Yeah.
So
I think a lot of teams probably need to do what Red Bull are doing. I know I said I don't have anything, but maybe all your investment in one car and keep a second car as like, so like for maybe next year, Mercedes, right? Let's just give Lewis Hamilton the best possible car and see if he can win again.
But guaranteed next year they're going to have the sort of the ground force effects that Red Bull have, the Venturi tunnel. So if you look at underneath the car of the Red Bull,
I've seen it. To kind of suck the air out, suck the air down. Sorry. So
the main difference is that theirs is deeper. That's it. That's the only difference. It's deeper. So obviously more air can go in there, more suction to the ground, more grip, more speed. Done. End of story. But again, Adrian Newey, this guy has been employed by Red Bull for life, so you can't even, unless you go on.
Threaten a year behind. Everybody's doing a year behind.
Well, the Italians need to send some of their Sicilian friends. You know what I mean? To make them understand. Capiche?
Bada bim, bada boom.
But exactly. Well, not the boom, because we don't want him to.
Bada bim. I don't want to see him on the pit lane.
Exactly. Look, I don't have anything else to add. I think it's been a great podcast. First podcast back. Whether it's going to be called Sidelined or Two Mustachioed Mics. That was the name, by the way. Two Mustachioed Mics.
Is that the name? Was that the name? I'm thinking actually. Was that the name?
Two mustache mics or two mustachioed mics, something like that. It doesn't matter. We're going to go back and listen to it, and I'll name it. But if people have any suggestions, better suggestions, or just funnier ones, let us know on Instagram, on Twitter, or X, as it is now known.
As X.
It's known as X.
I saw that when it changed X. I was like, what is this thing on my
on my phone?
My partner like, what the hell is this? Like, is my partner going to think I'm watching something I shouldn't be watching, like an adult site or something? Like, no, that's not me. Like.
I thought Exhibit just launched an app, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? X. But he didn't. So, look, it's been fun, Rick. Obviously, glad to have you back, mate. And we're going to carry on as much as we can throughout the week. People don't forget that we actually do have jobs, so
we'll go back to doing what we did. I think if we go back doing the predictions and then kind of recapping and reviewing, because obviously Friday we can do predictions Friday because the season starts again Saturday.
Friday. The only thing I will say about Friday is that I'm actually at a wedding.
Oh,
I'm at a wedding in Newcastle. Not mine.
Not yours. Okay.
No, it's a mutual friend of ours. He's getting married up in Newcastle, and.
Right.
And you got to throw up the sign, bro. You got to throw up the sign. We can't be name dropping people up here. You know what I mean? Gotcha.
Yeah, I love
that sign language.
Congratulations.
So he's getting married, and apparently I'm best man. So got to do.
Apparently, another one just like been invited like that.
Just random as hell. Do you know what I mean? Oh, you're the best man. Nice one, thanks. No, again, I don't know what my role is. If people know what the role is, if you listen to this, let me know what I can do. So, but yeah. So Friday. But you're right. We could probably do one maybe Thursday night do some quick predictions for Saturday, and then back on Sunday as well. So we'll get that schedule going back up again. And thank you so much for everyone being here, for listening. If you've missed us, let us know in the comments that you have missed us. And yeah, that's it. Rick, good night from me.
Good night from me as well, bro. Drive safe, stay alert.
Oh yeah, stay safe, stay alert. Yeah, that's right. We forgot. We'll come back to that. It's fine. Cool.